Hello everyone, and welcome to Fleet Plays Rule the Waves 3 Confederate Carriers. Yes, you did not miss that. Do not adjust your sets. The Confederacy has carriers, and yes, things are about to get as wild as you think they are about to get. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. I know I absolutely am. And I hope you are all having as good a day as I am. There you go. There you go. Hello, Timu. But yes, so, hope you're having a good day. So, when last we left off, we were on the verge of completing 2 fleet carriers. We had our four modern fast battleships. Well, we have 5 modern fast battleships, but only one of them is in commission. The other 4 are under refit right now. And we have a new battlecruiser design preparing to be laid down. We have a new battlecruiser as well to complement the 4 Sumter class. But, well, the Sumters probably can't move a rebuild given that we're on the verge of total war with France. And last thing I checked, total war with France is not good for anyone's health. Stonewall Jackson already has a command. I'm not gonna... No, go away. Ah, dive bombers. Yes. Yes, it absolutely will. Maneuverability, toughness and range for a dive bomber is what you want. Well, here we are at war with the French. Politely, the French, at this point, unlike the previous wars we fought with them, they have no allies. The Caribbean is our lake. We basically hold most, if not all, of the cards. Yeah, politely, they're a little bit stuffed. Cruiser battle. Well, the French haven't brought most of their battle cruisers into theatre. So we'll have to see how this goes. Ooh. Oh. That's less of a cruiser fight. No, we don't have our carriers. Enemy coastal raid near Panama. Is it going to give us some of our battle cruisers to resist it? Well, we have the Braxton Bragg, which is actually our most modern battleship. And our most modern battlecruiser as well. Along with the 3 Sumters. No, I'm not happy with that. We don't have intel against the French, so I have no idea what forces they're actually sending out. I know we have a 1-knot speed advantage, even with the Sumters being slightly waylaid as they are with age. Oh, that's the enemy. Hard to port, please. Launch torpedoes. Oh, we lost one. Lost the destroyer. That's no good. Everyone form up again, please. That was a bit of a disaster, wasn't it? I only hope our submarines hit something. Since it seems the enemy are basing their forces out of Guantanamo Bay, I hope that our submarines will find and sink something as they try to retreat into Guantanamo Bay. Thank you, Timu, for reminding me that I have to do that. I had almost forgotten. Thank you, Timu. Thank you very much. I'm glad you managed to remind me of that before everyone else showed up. We lost a single destroyer, and the French only had a single battle cruiser, but unfortunately I couldn't know that because it was a night action. Well, okay, there we go. That is... Secession. Oh, yes! I'd forgotten about the Secession-class battlecruiser. As soon as the Stonewall Jackson rebuilds clear the slipways, we're going to be building her. I had completely forgotten about Secession. Look at that. Okay. Convoy defense. Oh, we're still working up the rebuild. We don't have the battleships required. And I forgot to increase spending. Typical. Apparently it says there's going to be battleships in there. Cruiser action. Okay, we can't decline that. But it is near our air bases, so there is that. So we should have air cover, at least. Well, catapult launching those float planes was a waste of nothing. The question is, how many battle cruisers is it? And what are they? Wait a minute, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on just a minute. That can't be all that... Okay. That is all there is. It is just the Dunkirk. The only thing she can do at this point is run. She's outnumbered 3-1. Individually, she's probably a match for any one of the Confederates of the Sumter class battle cruisers. But, well, politely, there's not just one of them here. They're all banging away with their forward 13-inch gun. Come on. Yeah, she's using her 2-knot speed advantage to pull away. Well, at least we're gonna get a win. Okay, she's turned around. Did we hit her? Is she She's slowing up? She might be slowing up. I think she's slowing up. Confederate States took a few hits. Yeah, she took a 12-inch to the secondaries, but she's okay. I don't know why Confederate States would turn back into basically a naval strike directed her way. Also, whoa! Sumter's been hit by a torpedo, and why wasn't I informed? Confederate States took a torpedo hit. Sumter also took a torpedo hit. Typical. Dunkirk's gonna get away because the one plucky destroyer damaged us. Luckily, though, our aircraft are actually hitting Dunkirk now. Or at least her destroyer escort. Yep. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Oh, that is annoying. We had a 3-to-1 advantage and we got scuppered by a lucky destroyer's torpedoes. Typical. Absolutely typical. Couldn't make this stuff up. Well, our aircraft keep hitting the enemy. Something got hit by an airdropped torpedo. That's good. So thank heavens for that, at least. Naval Air Station Miami's aircraft have earned their keep today. Technically, it's a win for us. I'm not happy with the... yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm retiring that gentleman because of his horrific performance. Ah, a new float plane scout based on the one we currently operate. Brilliant. Exactly what I need during wartime. Let me increase the intel level. So, let me remove the old cruisers from mothball and put them on trade protection. And bring the 900-tonners back into the active fleet as escorts. We have our carriers, which I need to actually group into 1st Carrier Division. There we go. All the 30-knot carriers get grouped into 1st Carrier Division. We ideally need an aviator. On the one hand, Rear Admiral Mitchell is brilliant, but he's not an aviator. But Rear Admiral Fletcher is average, but he is... Honestly, having a brilliant admiral in charge of the carriers is better than having a not-so-brilliant admiral. Oh, actually with the light forces. No, I'm not taking that. I haven't actually... Also, yep, build a single coastal submarine every month. Pretty pleased, as we usually do during wartime. We also need... I can't work on secession until we've cleared the queues of the... Basically, we need the 2 Oak Grove class fleet carriers. Those are needed to offset the advantage in light carriers the French have. The French have technically more battleships than we do, but they're not as good. We actually have a tonnage advantage. And once our battleships are done working up, we'll have enough to actually break the blockade. Speaking of, battleship engagement. Excellent. Okay, this is, yeah. We don't have any of the... Braxton Bragg's worked up fully. Even though she's slower than her 2 compatriots, having her 16-inch guns is... Yeah, we basically need that. I don't know if this is going to be a carrier battle, or if it's going to be an engagement with battleships and battlecruisers. I just don't know. So from what I can see... We're operating near... Well, we have enough air power in the region that... Okay, unknown ship sighted. Okay, I'm going to order the battlecruisers to pile on the power and head west. And order the battle line to increase speed to 21 knots pending action. Let me... No, I'm going to keep my powder dry on my aircraft, because what I don't know is I don't know where the enemy enemy carriers are. That is what I don't know. And until I get reports telling me where the enemy's carriers are, I am not going to act. Okay, that's 2 Strasbourg-class battlecruisers. Those are slower. They're basically slower, but more heavily armed versions of our Sumter class. But they're no match for a Chickamauga-class battlecruiser. And they're definitely no match for the full-on battleships they're trading blows with right now. I mean, Braxton Bragg is one of the 25-knot battleships that we have. Unfortunately, she's serving with the ships of 1st Battle Div, who are the last remnants of 21-knot Confederate battleship construction. Although we do seem to have scored some good hits on Strasbourg, on the rear Strasbourg. Okay, so if Clarence has a sonar contact, we need to turn away. Do we have any sighting? Okay, we have sightings on Confederate on French carriers. Time now is 14:53. Those reports came in at 14:26. We have 2 conflicting reports here. So the first thing I want to do is I need to shrink the search pattern, but massively widen it. So, the French carriers have got to be in that area. That's just not up for debate. So the question is, therefore, how do we go get them? Okay. Okay, that'll do. It's not perfect, but it'll do. The temptation I have here is to send the, Okay, so the Strasbourg class are definitely taking hit after hit. I'm glad I brought Braxton Bragg with us because, well, Wait a minute, Florida... Those cheeky bastards are using my own ships against me! Those are the captured Florida-class dreadnoughts that they took off me! Those cheeky bastards! And leading them is Jean Beret, to be sure, but... The Florida class are what they've got making up the majority of their... battle line. That's aggressively cheeky. That can't be right, surely. Okay, yes, actually I do want to adjust. Have we had any new reports on carriers? At 14:40, we had a carrier reported there, heading that way. So they're probably somewhere more towards the west at that point. At this point, the enemy battle line is in close enough. I'm going to order the flotillas of destroyers in for a flotilla attack. Because at this point, they're getting close enough in that I am actually fairly confident that a flotilla attack will do fairly well against them. This is the point where I'm actually very glad that the Confederacy has 16 and 14-inch guns, because they fucking hurt. They really hurt. when they hit you. Our destroyers are launching torpedoes now into the confused melee that is the French fleet. Our battleships and battle cruisers are tight formation, nice and controlled. Our carriers have their airstrikes away against... okay, we've hit an enemy battleship with torpedoes. That's good. We may be able to score a kill here on at least one French battleship, which is actually something we can't afford to pass up. And if we can sink... oh, yeah, one of the Florida class is stopped and sinking. At least it seems to be from where I'm sitting. Okay, our aircraft seem to have found something. Oh, enemy aircraft are hitting us with naval strike, which is not what we want. Well, okay, one of the Floridas has been hit by 3 torpedoes. Unfortunately, it seems our naval strike aircraft have sadly engaged and destroyed French capital assets rather than French... I had hoped that they would engage and destroy French carriers rather than French battleships, given that our battle line can deal with those fairly effectively. I mean, both sides seem to be under concentrated air attack at this point, so it's a little bit up in the air right now what's going on. Although, hopefully our aircraft did manage to engage and sink something to the north. Whether or not it was French carriers, I don't know. What reports have we had? So that's the battleships we're engaging. We've had no reports on the enemy's carrier disposition. None. The enemy is withdrawing, it seems. Their forces are retiring to the north. Pounded by 14 and 16-inch shell fire. Okay, our aircraft have found things, apparently. Do we actually have any... okay, we have aircraft available. Let me actually work up and send an escorted strike. Your targets are carriers, if you can find them. There's clearly something up there. If they can find carriers, then, well, engage carriers. If they can't, well, then they can't. But I'd like to hope that they can. It's quite clear to me the French are fleeing the field here. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Rescue the survivors of one of our ex-Confederate battleships. That already makes this fight a win. Poor old Braxton Bragg, bless her. She's taken a bit of a battering, but she's doing okay. Okay, something was hit by a torpedo. I don't know what, but something was in fact hit by a torpedo. Whether that was an enemy light carrier or some other asset, I don't know. But something was hit by a torpedo. Nope. Honestly, the strike seems to be in exactly the right place. Aircraft are approaching us, but we do have cap up, and that should chew through that strike fairly well. And also, to be fair, even for light carriers, they have a decent amount of AA, actually. Okay, they've tried to torpedo Columbus. Columbus naturally evades, given how good she is. T-13 launches another torpedo attack on the French battle line. Just absolute legend, that destroyer. Can we give that guy the Confederate cross? And that is a torpedo impact. Oh my god, the absolute legend of a man. Whoever... Okay, who is commanding T-13? Seriously, who is the officer in command of that ship? We will absolutely find out who is commanding T-13. Because whoever that is, he's just an absolute legendary destroyer commander. Just not even funny. It's just that's the way it is. I mean, the poor old French ships are just in... The poor old French ships are just in a horrifically bad way. They're in a really awful position. They're being pounded by Confederate guns. Basically constantly. Okay, so enemy aircraft are approaching enemy ships. That means that, I assume... yeah, we are actually about to conduct more attacks on French carriers. Yep. This has definitely been a mixed carrier gun line action, but the Confederacy seems to have absolutely gotten the better of it. I mean, Braxton Bragg's Big 16s have been doing a hell of a... I mean, she's been doing... She's scored 14 hits with her 16-inch guns. She's doing exceptionally well in this engagement. I mean, Chickamauga, though, she's just... Oh, Mississippi! Oh no, she's fine. She's took it on the chin like an absolute champ, but she has taken a damage to her propeller shaft, bless her. Well, we're not going to actually leave her in the battle line. Nope, detach, off you go to the closest friendly base. I am not having you in the battle line. There's just no way. Can we launch a strike against the enemy enemy capital assets? I'm sure we can. Now, let's see if we can get a strike warmed up against enemy battleships. Because I know some of them are damaged, but if I can get Jean Beret dead, that'll be a massive win. Oh, more of our aircraft are finding enemy carriers. Enemy ship BB is hit by a torpedo. Whatever that might be. T-13, once again volunteering to pick up survivors. Absolute legend of a destroyer. Just, oh my goodness. The Confederate air power has helped us win this battle in a massive way. Good lord. There we go. More aircraft are approaching the enemy ships. The Strasbourg-class battle cruisers are trying to keep us off the enemy, which is admirable, but a little bit silly, given the fact that... actually, no, I'm going to put you there, so that by the time you arrive, you're going to be in a position to actually hit them. Oh, those carriers are way too close. Nope, turn to starboard and put on... Yeah, put on turns for 30 knots. No, we don't need to search float planes, thank you. We know exactly where everything is right now. Yeah, turn southeast. And crank up to 30 knots, please, if you can. I mean, politely, I think the French have had enough. I absolutely think the French have had enough. You throw enough torpedo aircraft at a problem, eventually something is going to strike home. There we go. We are losing destroyers, and I absolutely will basically have to commit to a war emergency destroyer program after this, but as long as we provide enough bang to actually keep the enemy battle line away from our carriers, who for some reason are absolutely insistent on and yeah, Jean Beret is basically no, did not stand down spotted aircraft. Poor old Jean Beret, bless her, she's taking round after round of 16-inch shell fire, but she just will not die. I think the French have got the memo at this point, though. At least one battleship sunk. God knows how many carriers we've destroyed. Oh, States' Rights has exhausted her. Has completely exhausted her main guns. How many rounds has Chickamauga got left? Not much. And she's down to 4 guns. This battle has been going on for a heck of a moment right here. Ah, here come the Strasbourgs. A few 16-inch rounds ought to make them see the error of their ways. And it did. What the hell happened to Petey? Engine casualty, probably. In fact, most likely. Yeah, keep them charged, keep them on the run. Let's send them back into Guantanamo Bay. At least then, A minefield there in the middle of... It probably was a loose mine. Probably was a loose drifting mine. That'd be my guesstimate. Where is the true nip? The true nip? I'm afraid I don't quite follow, old chap. Oh, Tennessee. Oh. She's avoiding torpedoes like an absolute champ. Spray! Again, another mine. Oh, poor old Mississippi. Well, let's bring things down to cruising speed. Actually, what's the squad maximum? Yeah, bring things down to cruising speed so that Mississippi can make good of her damage. Well, okay, something else is just hit by a torpedo. Oh, Clarence is avoiding torpedoes. Again, Clarence avoids more torpedoes like a champ. Well, we managed to come out of that engagement fairly well. Oh, pity, no. Oh, bless you. You nearly... I don't think there's any way she can be saved. Short of a miracle, she's not going to get home. But then again, miracles do happen at sea. No. Ah, we lost one of the 3 light carriers responsible for actually winning that engagement. And just before night fell as well. Oh. Oh. Basically a Battle of Midway situation. Turnip. Where is the turnip? I don't know what you mean, where is the turnip? Well, we managed to successfully, that battle was mostly successful. Apart from the loss of 1 Confederate carrier. I mean, yeah, honestly, I'm fine with that. We sank 1 French light carrier and 2 battleships. Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's fine. There we go. Continued operations will secure our total victory. The one thing I do need, though, is a new class of Confederate light fleet carrier. It's fine. And then we need a pair of these new light fleet carriers, ideally. Ideally. Well, we have our much larger... Yep, so... 1 light carrier, if you please, to replace losses. Still, the PD class have done very well for themselves. And, I mean, Braxton Bragg just... She absolutely battered her way through the Battle of Windward Point. With not so much as a scratch on her. Chickamauga, though, she, yeah, did the work. I mean, though, the real prize has to go to the very old by this point, North Carolinas. I mean, the pair of them just absolutely did the work, despite their age. And we're now within shouting distance. And yeah, they do actually have the Florida class. They had 2 Florida class they stole off us. And we sank 2 of them in that last engagement. That's annoying. Convoy attack. We are in a position to take advantage of this if we do it right. It's worth having a go at. Can we bring in... No, we can't. Can we bring another light cruiser? Yes. Lady Davis is still working up. Let's bring in one of the other light cruisers for a 4-ship force. At least that way we're alright. Okay. Yes, send out the float planes. Let's see if we can find this convoy. Okay. Give me 27 knots. Let's go in. Okay, there's a battle cruiser there, apparently. Oh, hang on. Is that the enemy merchant? It might be. Judging by the speed, it absolutely is. Yep. That's the merchant convoy. And it's just been run down by 3 Confederate battle cruisers. Oh yeah, it's a Strasbourg. Yeah. Yeah, thing is, Strasbourg, there's only 1 of you, and there's 3 of us. So how exactly do you want to play this? I mean, please charge the battle line. That works well for me. That's it. I mean, you've just signed your own death warrant there, but sure. I mean, I just sank a Confederate battle cruiser without firing a shot. Well, no, with firing a shot, but yeah, we just sank one of the French battle cruisers. That's okay, that makes it even better. That gives me even more of a fast wing advantage than my battle line. Given the fact that, that's basically just an unadulterated win. And hey, I'll not say no to a chance to sink more French destroyers. On second thoughts, they have torpedoes. And we've just won an unadulterated victory. Let's not pollute that by suffering losses we don't need to. That was brutal. Wait, you don't have a ship called Turnip? No, I don't have a ship called Turnip. I do not, in fact, have a ship called Turnip. Hello, Paul! No, I'm not having a ship called Turnip. Well, that was easy. 1 destroyer lost for an entire French convoy, 2 destroyers, and a battlecruiser obliterated. Very nice. No. The army is not going to get any funding from me. This war will absolutely be decided at sea. And I don't care what the army tells the politicians. That's the truth of the matter. There we go. An AA director. 10mm AA guns. And give me 2 more. Why not? There we go. And that'll be the next generation of Confederate Dreadnought battleship. The Albert S. Johnston, basically a repeat of the previous classes, but carrying 8 18-inch rather than 8 16-inch, and also heavier armor as well. I may as well call it Texas. Why not? No, I don't. Yeah, torpedo defense is fine. There we go. Battleship engagement. France. They're outnumbered by me already. They know this. And I've got 2 full-scale carriers working up. I mean, add 1 ship. That's... Well, if the battle division... third battle div. There we go. All the 25 knotters in 1 battle division. And I can add 1 ship. Do we have any light cruiser? We do. Yeah, Lady Davis may be working up, but having an extra modern light cruiser in the force is no bad thing, given the battle we're about to fight. Politely, this is going to be the decisive action. The entire 25-knot battle line of the Confederate Navy, featuring the battleship Braxton Bragg, which is the most up-to-date 16-inch ship we have, her 2 half-sisters, which are slightly better protected, Stonewall Jackson and Ralph Sames, Stephen Mallory, which is the two Stephen Mallory class, which are basically the same ship but with 10 14-inch guns. I don't know why Braxton Bragg dropped her. Oh, that's right. Braxton Bragg traded belt protection for extra deck armor. Now I remember. We've got the we're missing. No, we're not missing one of the we're not missing the most modern Confederate battle cruiser, but she's acting as heavy escort for the 2 light carriers that we have. Okay. This is likely to be the battle that decides the fate of the Confederacy in this war. So the Confederacy expects every man to do his duty. Okay. Yeah, give me 25 knots. And give the Sumters to give me 28. So 27, I should say. Yep, that's the French battle line. I don't know if they've got any. Okay, never mind. We have found the French carriers. There they are. Actually, hang on, cancel. There we go. Yep, send the strike coordinated per carrier. And for the carrier that is supporting the main... They only have 1 thing available because it launched all of its aircraft to scout. Nope, zoomed in a little bit there. Happens occasionally with all the waves. I think Braxton Bragg may have suffered a rudder casualty there. Yeah, everything's gone a little bit doolally there. Never mind, Braxton Bragg has rejoined the line. Yes, I will adjust the strike. What do we have on current carrier dispositions? So, the most up-to-date information that we have is the carriers are there. Now, this contradicts with early information that they were there. I'm going to put the strike somewhere in the middle, and hopefully the aircraft should be able to find and destroy the enemy carriers. Give me 23 knots, so we can maintain cohesion and not work our engines flat out. It's still a knot faster than anything in the French line can manage. And let's not forget that most of these ships are... So, the Jean Beret is dangerous, and the Jean Beret and Messena are dangerous ships, but... And to be fair, so is Justice. But Democrate is a small ship. And, to be fair, this is a fairly equivalent engagement between two equivalent battle lines. Plus, we have 2 extra ships than they do. Oh, steady on. Oh, enemy aircraft have found our... Oh, that seems to be a Foch-class armoured cruiser. Oh, that's a fairly weird ship, given that we don't have auto-loading guns yet. That's a very weird ship indeed. Yeah, turn and absolutely book it. Okay, so Democrate has found targets. Whoa! We just flash fired a French battleship. Oh, one of the 25 knotters was hit by a torpedo. She's down to 22 knots. That is annoying. Still, it's only a knot reduction in speed, and the French battle line's maximum speed is still 20. Is still only 20. Is still only 21 knots, and also if they go north, they run smack bang into Confederate battlecruiser formations. And if they run south, they run smack bang into the battle line of the Confederate fleet. Either way, I believe the correct term is they are aggressively stuffed. Okay, so our aircraft did actually find the enemy carriers and deliver a torpedo attack on them. So thank heaven for that small mercy. The Justice class has been hit by a torpedo, meaning that she will be slowed. The French are trying to batter their way out by trying to break through our battle cruisers. But at the end of the day, I can order those to turn and disengage. Oh, no! One of our carriers got hit by a torpedo strike. That's not exactly ideal. Not exactly ideal at all. Still, this is not exactly what the French were hoping for. Our aircraft have found things to engage. This is good. Torpedoes have been launched against enemy assets. We're dodging torpedoes now. Wait a minute, is that the enemy light carrier? Okay, Chickamauga just avoids all the... That's the enemy light carrier. Well, let's put... Well, I mean, if we can get the light carriers within gun range, then I'm absolutely going to do it. I mean, if I can bring the enemy's carriers within gun range, then why the hell wouldn't I? I mean, that's just beautiful. The enemy's carriers actually within gun range, visually sighted. That just is... That's gold. That is actually gold. Turn around to port. I don't want to get torpedoed. But if we can sink 2 French light carriers with gunfire, I'm absolutely going to do it. Oh, well, there goes 1 French carrier. Flash fire, must have flash fired its ammunition. And now it's just the other one to go. Oh, no. Tennessee. Keeps removing that. Oh, her rudder must have jammed. There's no way she'd come into oncoming fire like that. She looks to be a... Wait a minute. That does not look like a light carrier. That looks like a full-size French carrier. If it is a full-size French carrier, then we may be about to achieve more here than just the destruction of a French light carrier. We may be about to sink one of France's only. Whoa! Sub to class. You're getting a bit hairy there, mate. Okay, so that's 2 French carriers sent to the bottom, funnily enough, by gunfire. Which, I mean, we sank a French light carrier with air carrier air power before, so it's clear that we can do it. But we managed to... I need to work more on ASW and destroyers? No, not really. I have plenty of destroyers. And I am not losing many ships to convoys. I mean, I haven't lost... I don't know why you're saying that, Paul. I've not lost any ships to submarine attack, and my convoy situation is fine. And I have plenty of destroyers to screen my ships. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, our carrier aircraft our carriers are way to the south. At least they're safe, though. We did fairly well there. And our land-based air bases are also hitting them. We managed to sink and destroy a... Oh! That appears to be a French large seaplane tender. Well, I'm not gonna say no. At all. Excuse me? There we go. So that's the French float plane tender sunk. The French battleships, well, one battleship that the French have been flash-fired in this engagement. One carrier was flash-fired and one was sunk. So, yeah, the Confederate... Oh, it said torpedoes, but no. Yeah, it's the risks of any naval engagement. You take torpedo hits, but luckily our ships seem to be shrugging them off fairly well. Unlike the French, who seem to be, well, taking a lot of them to the face. Let's get those ships safely into harbour because, well, to be blunt, they've done their job. I'm just going to make sure our carriers take a more diversionary route towards Haiti. I see no reason to risk our 2 light carriers when they've already done their job far more than otherwise. Oh, hang on. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so go north. Yeah, Spray. Yeah, Spray was built on the hull of one of our old armored cruisers. Carriers are annoying to command because they don't always listen to what you tell them to do. Still, there we go. Oh, we lost a light sub. So one of our light carriers was heavily damaged, and our 6 battleships suffered various degrees of damage. But the results on the other end speak for themselves. 3 French light carriers sunk, a French battleship sunk, 1 French destroyer sunk. It's just... I mean... Pay for the men should not be late. Oh, it's because of the repairs. Let me have a look. Was there something I want? So we've got these. So the submarine construction program is underway. We've got the carrier construction program ongoing. Need to get ourselves out of debt before we can resume that, though. So we've got our destroyers. What's our current destroyer losses during the current conflict? We have 47 destroyers, the French have 75. But in terms of assets, we are well ahead of them. What did we sink? So the Foudre is in service, just about. And they lost a... I think they lost their big light carrier, didn't they? Yeah, they lost their... Yeah, they're ships that aren't light carriers, but really... Well... Oh no, they're light carriers because of the pathetic number of aircraft they carry. They're large, but they don't carry basically any aircraft worth anything. But sinking them was worthwhile. And it does mean that we've gone from a position where the French had far more carriers than the Confederacy did at the start, to actually now being at a disadvantage in terms of carrier tonnage. We're now actually equal in terms of battleship tonnage, and ahead in battlecruiser tonnage. We have more light cruisers. We have less destroyers than they do, and no heavy cruisers. But well, heavy cruisers are not really a thing after battle cruisers become a thing without the treaty. Action with light forces, Guantanamo Bay. Unexpected battle. Okay. I don't like risking my destroyers in destroyer actions. It always seems risky to me for no good reason. It's never worth it. I need destroyers to do destroyer things. Not get tangled up with other destroyers for no good reason. There are fleet actions to fight. Well, that's good. Voice radio. Very good. Right. Okay, so resume construction on most of the projects we're working on. We'll halt, actually, the light carrier. We'll have that as a post-war injection into the fleet. We need the 2 Oak Grove class carriers. If the war drags on beyond another 9 months, and we need another Lady Davis class light cruiser to bring us up to 4 modern light cruisers. Cruiser action. The French Navy declines the battle. Cruiser action. Are they going to accept it this time? That's interesting. Okay. That's very interesting indeed. I've never seen that one before. So our battle cruisers are supporting our carriers, while our light cruisers are going to do the majority of the fighting. Okay. Whoa, okay, never mind. There is the enemy. There he be. Turn hard about. This is about to get real nasty real quick. If only we had some battle cruisers. Okay. Alright. Pile on the horsepower and, there, because I'm going to be there. Oh my goodness. I don't know how this Foch class is supposed to work. It's heavily armoured, but in terms of actual firepower, it's a bit anemic. Well, there comes the first of our... Well, there comes our airstrikes. Managed to torpedo something. More torpedoes have been dropped. More ships have been torpedoed. Now, can we make our way east, please? This whole engagement has been a little bit silly. Oh, for the love of God. And we lost the destroyer. Typical. Let's boogie eastwards, please. Well... we did the primary damage. Managed to torpedo something. So that's something. Well, Confederate States avoided the torpedoes that were aimed at her, which is good. They continue to try and bomb our carriers, which I'm annoyed by a little bit. Confederate States took a torpedo hit. God, this is annoying. Again, I want this thing checked. I want to know when we take torpedo hits. Why does it keep doing that? Oh, for the love of God, this is annoying. Where are these torpedo attacks coming from? There's no way their carriers can hit us. They're miles away. Okay. Okay, good. Bad. Are you kidding me? Have I lost one of my other light carriers just because of it? Really? 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 Yep. Admittedly, it was one of my bad light carriers, but sure, I guess. That's annoying. That whole engagement was stupid. If I'd have had my battlecruisers slave to my actual command rather than shepherding my carriers, I could have sent them to go and kill things, but I couldn't, so all I could do was withdraw, because the battlecruisers would only stay with the carriers, and so the French won a victory there, even though they absolutely should not have. Oh, wait. I didn't lose spray? Apparently not. Okay, I guess... Okay, that's fine. That's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, new naval patrol aircraft. Toughness and range. Oh! Germany has entered the war against France. Victory is basically assured at this point. Well, let's invade Guantanamo Bay, and then we can invade other French territories in the Caribbean. Can't invade any further afield than that, but I do think that Confederate West Africa sounds pretty good this time of year. Senegal and Middle Congo. I'll be back in just a second. I have to go and deal with something important. Someone is bothering the dog. It's always when I'm streaming that someone chooses to bother the dog. Or the dog gets bothered by something. It's never not when I'm... Doggo has had her pats. Right, next turn. Oh, whoops. Nope, never mind. Not next turn. Halt construction on one of the both of the carriers. Just for a minute. While we recover our funding. Of course. Hey! We invaded the French possession of Guantanamo Bay. Very nice indeed. Nope. Not going to build the battleship Texas. We need the new carriers. It's funny, the war the carriers were built for are not going to actually get to see service in. Well, we can at least also invade the Antilles, which is gonna... Oh, the French fleet has retired to Europe. I think. Yeah. Can we... There we go. One of the new destroyers. By the way, who is commanding T-13? Did she survive? She did! She's commanded by... Oh, NA. Doesn't say who's commanding her. Oh, we don't get to know who's commanding our destroyers. That's a shame. Well, if it's a chance to sink some French destroyers, I will take it. Come here. Come here. Whatever you are, come here. Oh, nope, they are running. Okay, if they're going to run into Guantanamo Bay, that's fine. I am not going to fight that. Basically down to the fact that I just can't. I can't fight an island with a destroyer. That's not how it works. Well, that worked, mostly. Yeah, it seems like the Germans literally realized, oh, wait, the French are getting the teeth kicked in by the Confederates? Join the war! And so it's Germany and the Confederates kicking... Well, the Confederacy did most of the work. The Germans are probably going to get diddly squat from this. We're going to see some West African territory, though. Yeah, single French destroyer. No thanks, can't fit that within the budget. Oh, how dare they? Apparently the French are under blockade. That'll be the Germans that are doing that. Submarine construction is reaching its limit. So we've got our... gonna seize the Antilles in a minute. Honestly, seizing Venezuela and Cuba was good enough, but getting Panama was even better. But then, obviously, seizing bits of French Africa will be even better still. Especially since the French have bits of West Africa I can take. Hey! Auto-resolve. Oh, Algier escaped. Never mind. Nope, continued operations will secure our total... What?! I'm sorry, but did the Confederate government just invalidate everything we fought for? Yes. Yes, they did. The Confederate government, when victory was literally on the cusp of being ours, invalidated all of the effort that we just did. That's so annoying! All that effort. I was on the verge of seizing total victory. And I just had it snatched from me. I honestly cannot. We literally had them banged to rights, and the government just said, no, we're going to sign a compromise peace. I have never been more betrayed. Yeah, absolutely. Falkland Islands. Yeah, damn right. Confederate Falklands. No, thank you. I have no desire to use a 10-inch gun. It's the worst gun available. Now we got resume construction on the... Yes. Auto add aircraft. Yep, that'll do. Yeah, I'm fine with that. No, thank you, Britain. I need the money, all the money I can lay my hands on. Ten cruisers. Okay, 10 cruisers. Alright. Do we have the ability to have triple mounts on light cruisers? No. Let me just check. Okay, so in that case then, I'm basically gonna pull an RN. And we're gonna build the same ship, but with 6 guns. Because if I'm gonna build 10 of these things, then politely yep. No thank you, US government. No thank you. Yes, there we go. Right, I need to... So the North Carolinas go into mothballs. The Stephen Mallory's, because they only have 14-inch guns, go into the reserves. The Sumters go into reserve, but not mothball. All the old 20-knot cruisers go into mothballs. They're quite used to protect trade. The DeSoto and the Gaines class go into the reserves. There we go, that should free up enough money for the cruiser construction program. No, don't worry, the yards will absolutely have... No, I'm sorry, I need that ship urgently. Yep, there we go, I have enough budget to actually do that. 10 light cruisers. Nope, strengthen our defenses against long-range aerial bombardment. Oh, for the love of... It's fine, it's fine. Hey! Much praise for constructing the number of cruisers required. Fantastic. Now we can trim the program down and build it in phases. Build 4 of them plus our light carrier at a time. Japan, what in the name of Tom Thackeray do you think you're doing? You do realize that Russia is literally Oh, that's right! We're an authoritarian planter confederacy. I forgot we were a fascist state. In that case, and the fact that the president actually, okay, the president has allocated more funding to the Navy. Well, we can build... Actually, no, actually, I'm going to start construction on the secession. If we've got the funding to do that, we need to actually build the secession-class battlecruisers. The ABC Islands? Yes, I absolutely will. Okay, I really didn't need that. If there's one nation I absolutely do not want to fight, it is the British. Let's blame the US for problems, because, well, of course we do, we're the Confederacy. The US isn't allied with anybody. Good. I absolutely happen to know we can probably win a one-on-one fight with the US. In fact, I'm fairly confident in my ability to win that one-on-one fight. If you must know. Oh, for the love of God, of course they signed an alliance with bloody Russia. Why wouldn't they? Yes, denounce the aggressive policies of Japan. Oh, good. Triple turrets on CAs. Marvellous. Yes, we will have an air-sea rescue service because, well, it's kind of silly not to. Start building a Texas-class battleship. It's a little bit behind the times, but I'd rather at least have one new ship building. No, thank you, Russia. I need the funding. Yes, we will have a new naval patrol aircraft. It's better than the ones we currently operate. There we go. And the Rappahannock is the new light carrier that will... Yes, please. Our new fighter, maneuverability, and firepower. Kind of going a little bit zero-like here. Then we can resume construction. That means we have 4 light cruisers. We're basically talking about a full rework. Actually, it's been that long since the program. Can I scrap them? Yes, okay. So we'll scrap the other ones. And then what I will do is I will take the Chikora class, bulk it back up to 7,500 tons, and make it have triple 6-inch guns. And slightly better protection. And reliable engines that can do 31 knots, and name it the Bayou City for the next... Actually, no, we'll go back to normal engines. Because then I can actually have 4 4-inch AA guns. And also at least 2 AA directors for our AA battery. There we go. Yes. Beautiful. And then, of course, she will be assigned to make up the loss in the PD class carriers that obviously she needs to make up. We're basically looking at least, basically we're looking at removing the last of the oldest cruisers in the fleet. The McRae class, the Midgeville class, Alexandria, is what we're looking to do here with the last generation of these cruisers. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we just researched 20-inch guns. That is definitely a thing. Ah, cool! A new generation of our float planes. Fantastic. Hey! Let me put the spray into reserve. There's a carry. I don't need her floating around. Oh, the old destroyers. So let me actually... mothball those. put those into the reserves. And then anything that is that we will keep. And then if we have the funding, which we do, we will then spend that on increasing the size of our dockyards. Because I would like battleships with 20-inch guns. Nope, I have the prestige. Send some of our oldest ships. Beautiful. And that means not now. What I can do instead... So one of the things with destroyers that I found is, as a smaller nation, what you really want to do is you basically want to build destroyers that can do the job you want them to do, in essence. You don't really want to be massively pushing the boat out beyond what you need. You don't want to be chasing the destroyer tonnage, in essence. So can I build... Okay, I can build probably about 3 destroyers per build cycle, and I'm fine with that. Send a strong force to China. I don't know whether or not the Confederacy has concessions in China, but we probably do. Ah, good. Ooh, that's good. Yep, that's a brilliant... The Imcon fighter has the best maneuverability and toughness. And I can get more money back by slashing the spy budget on France, because we're not at war with them anymore. Once our... Oh, she's only 30 knot ship. That's annoying. Still, we can get a new torpedo bomber to make myself feel better. Range and toughness for our new torpedo bomber. And that means I can also build 2 additional destroyers as well. Good. So with the new cruisers about to enter the fleet, we remove the oldest cruisers from the mothball force, scrap them, and the ships in reserve become the ships in mothball, and the archers, the 30-knot ships, become the ships in reserve. And then we lay down a pair of Morgan-class light cruisers, which are 9 6-inch gun light cruisers, to take the place in the build queue of the commissioned Chikora class. They are actually technically worse ships than the Lady Davises they're based on, but they do enable me to replace some of the older ships that we were operating. Hello, Halfman. Nice to see you. Welcome back to the Confederate States of America Navy. Population, me, myself, and I. You may as well. Yeah. Yeah. No, we'll stick to a pair of Morgans, and we'll build another pair of Richard Page class instead. Yep, I'm absolutely taking Haiti. I am absolutely taking Haiti. Oh, good gravy. That is way better. Give me that. I know the Brits are annoyed, but honestly, it was Haiti. How could I not? That gives me yet more... That gives me yet more airfields to throw at people. Hey. Honestly, I've got spare budget. Let me construct a pair of long-range submarines. May as well. It's not a bad idea. I think Texas will be the last generation of the 25-knot battleships, all based on similar hull designs. She's the logical conclusion of that sort of battleship. But I feel like I want to do a new tranche. So let's see what style of battleships. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so let me just wait for the new dockyards before I design that new ship. Beautiful. Yeah, I will happily buy that, because that'll give me more... 400 nautical mile range torpedo bombers? With 9 toughness and 6 maneuverability? Yep! Give me that. Okay, so a new dreadnought battleship. Fantastic. Now, I'm actually happy to accept an increase of only 2 knots of speed. Inclined belt. No conning tower. 14-inch turret armor. Basic armor for this... Wait, can we have dual-purpose 5-inch? Yeah, it's a BB. Can it resist its own guns? Well... it still can. Fantastic. Do we need 16 5-inch guns? There we go, that'll do. And that'll be the Missouri-class battleships. 25-knot ships. Carrying 8 20-inch guns. And the reason that matters is because of how far they can reach out and touch things. There we go. These are basically the ships that are going to come after the, That naval patrol aircraft is worse in every respect than the other ones that are coming before it, so no, why would I do that? No, Missouri hasn't finished working up. I can't use her as a base plate for the next design. Although, to be fair, Secession is actually the foundation for the next generation of Confederate battlecruiser. Wait, the Secession class carries 18-inch guns? I did not realize that. Okay. The more you know. 90 rounds per gun is not really what I'd like. It'll do, though. Call it the Bonnie Blue. Call it the Bonnie Blue class. And that'll be the ship that'll take the place on the stocks of... Oh, really, Mr. President? Stop holding belligerent speeches. For the love of Mike. I do not have the budget right now. Japan, stop doing things. I will keep shouting at you until you stop doing things. Thank you. Follow on to the Richard Page class. Basically the same ship, but carrying... Oh, I was not expecting that to take... There we go. Basically the same ship, but with 6 5-inch guns. I blame the United States. I've no intention of going to war with them, but... I need to create a new division, actually. Actually, I'm not now. I'm actually going to lay down the battleship Missouri. Now. I have the budget for it. Then I can lay down Secession's successor once she clears the slipway. And I can build a new dockyard. There we go. Secession has cleared the slips. You really want to cut the naval budget now? I'm actually building the first large-scale combatants I've built in a long time, and you want to cut the naval budget? Sorry, Fleet may be having a moment here. Nope. Yes, second battlecruiser division. And this consists of the battlecruiser Chickamauga and the battlecruiser Secession. The first ship in the fleet with 18-inch guns. With the Sumters, I don't know if I have the budget to completely replace them. So they may have to serve for some time yet. The problem is this. Okay, so if I upgrade their guns, give them advanced directors. I suppose I could keep them and release them for raiding until I work up ships to... I wonder. What if I work up a design based on them, but not quite the same as them? Could work. Sort of a ship basically focused entirely on speed, capable of 35 knots. Carrying those... excellent 13-inch guns that the Confederacy is well known for. It would cost less to build than a proper rebuild for them would actually cost. And I could build 3 outright to replace the Sumters. I could do that. I could actually do that. That'll do. That will do. And I can replace the Sumters with something better than themselves, but still relatively cheap to run. The Sumters aren't quite obsolete just yet. They could also step into a raiding role. Build railways, increase the long-term prosperity of our great nation. Okay, so Missouri is on the slips. Once Texas is clear, I think I'm going to lay down the second Missouri, because that means I can flat out replace... yeah, absolutely. I will absolutely build you 20 new submarines, sir. I will absolutely do that. How many is... hang on, how many is that? 8 more. I need 8 more. Yeah, once Texas clears the slips. Yep, absolutely. We will sell to anybody that wants to buy. And we will absolutely get a new design bomber that requires dive bomber that requires range and toughness. And we will absolutely build 2 of our new Red River class battle cruisers, because they are supposed to replace the long. Actually, how dare people do things in the Balkans? Even, you know, being the Confederacy, we shouldn't really care. No. We'll build the Red Rivers out one at a time, and we'll replace the Sumters one at a time. I really need the T-26s also being built as well. Ideally in flotillas of 4, and then we'll also build another Morgan while we're doing it. More highways, please! Okay, if we are going to retire our airships, which I think we probably should, we need to expand all of our air bases. There we go. Yep, I'll absolutely take that offer. Another new destroyer. Nope. How... I'm just looking where tensions are with Britain right now. And I am not confident. Building a new generation of battleships, but we should probably also look to a new generation of carriers as well. Ooh, that is very... Actually, how big can we make this carrier? 35,200 tons? I will accept that. There we go. Sharpsburg class aircraft carrier. That is a ridiculous level of AA firepower, but I am not even concerned. Because that is just all of the DACA. And I don't even mind. I'm absolutely fine with that. And we're also building 20 new coastal submarines as well for operations in the Caribbean, so the Confederate Navy's going places. And we're building new docks as well. Oh, that's even... no, actually, I'm alright. It might have more range than our current fighters, but it's not as maneuverable or as tough. Yeah, of course, if he's going to complain about Japan, I absolutely agree with the Prime Minister. And with that, actually, I'm going to... So the Morgan class, let's see if we can get a... There we go. And then, can we get 8 guns in 2 twins? We can, fantastic. That is even better, and then we can armor those decently. And let me increase the torpedo tubes per side, and that is the Bayou City class cruiser, which is just even better than what came before. Hey, new dive bomber prototypes. Let's have a look. Oh, it's clear. The IMCO Design Bureau is cooking. They are absolutely cooking right now. We'll leave our float plane scouts where they are. But I will lay down one Sharpsburg class carrier. Because that is... Yeah, I think that's one of the... I believe, as far as I'm aware... Well, okay, so the Spanish have the Tridente, which they built, then they have the Hispanias, which are basically large, fast battleships. They have a trio of battle cruisers, they're probably bought from the French. One light carrier. So the US has a pair of old Delaware-class battleships, a diminutive, which is Wisconsin, which I'm not too bothered about. They have the Constitutions. They have the Independence-class battle cruisers. They have some aircraft carriers, but theirs aren't armored, where I believe mine are. They have more light carriers than us, though. They don't have as many light cruisers, and the ones they have are not as modern. So they only have a pair of modern light cruisers, whereas we have, I think it's 6 by now. So the US, I don't really consider the US to be a threat. Japan has actually commissioned a pair of Satsuma-class battleships, which are very powerful and very dangerous. But again, their cruiser force is lacking behind. Although they do have some of the best they do have some very effective carriers, even if, well, some of them are a little bit off kilter in the way they're designed. The Russians have a pair of Borodino-class ships, which are very much approaching the fast battleship territory, but still fairly effective combatants. They only have one battleship, though. So on one battle cruiser, though. The French haven't quite recovered from the pasting we gave them. They have no new capital ships they've built since then. They seem to have taken the lesson to heart and are building some of the largest carriers that the world has seen. The British continue to build large, effective combatants, but nothing with a gun larger than 16 inches. They don't have many battle cruisers either. The Germans have a bit of a weird fleet. Fairly traditional in the way it's laid out. But no gun larger than... The only nation with a gun larger than 16 inches is Japan. And, of course, the Confederacy. With, of course, Texas entering the fleet. And, of course, being assigned to 4th Battle Div with Braxton Bragg. We're not doing too badly, honestly. Given this building phase, we're not doing too badly at all. We don't have the budget to build a Bayou City class right now. When the Morgan finishes, we might lay one down. So that gives us how many modern cruisers exactly? So that gives us 8. Honestly, at that point, DeSoto can go to the Breakers. The Archers can go into Mothballs at that point. The 500-ton destroyers can go to the Breakers, but the 600 and 900-tonners I actually have a role for. So the 2 T4s, they're a unique class. They were war emergency builds, I believe. Yeah, so they can go to the Breakers. But the 600 and 900 tonners I actually have a role for. So what we're going to do, Replace their machinery. I believe we have marine diesels. We do. Okay, that's good. They're going to get dual-purpose 3-inch guns. They're going to have their speed drop to 25 knots to save weight. They're going to get some light AA guns. They're going to get depth charge storage and depth charge throwers if they can handle it. They can't. So the Thomas Hugo class are going to be the ones that get that. They're going to get mine-sweeping gear, but not the ability to lay mines. And they will lose all of their torpedo mounts. And they will get some basic fire direction. Along with some basic AA direction. And they can't get that, but never mind. Yep, so these will be the first Confederate KEs, and they will be rebuilt. That will not take very long. 900 tonners as well will get the same treatment, but only more extreme. They will get dual-purpose guns as well, and will also be refitted with diesel engines, capable of 26 knots. They'll lose all of their they'll lose all of their they'll lose their wing turret, they'll lose their wing mounts, and they will also carry hang on one second, I need to add an aft single 3-inch. There we go. Yep, there we go. So these ships are acceptable as KEs. So this is part of my usual plan where the older destroyers get converted into convoy escorts. And that's exactly what's happening now. The 1,100 tonners are still needed to bulk up destroyer numbers. For now. But they're in mothballs. The Isaac Browns. Well, basically, here we are. Samuel Barons have that arrangement. Richard Pages have that. We're basically going through a destroyer re-equipment program right now. And then, of course, I do also plan to construct a version of the ships that I've currently built that basically has only 4 5-inch guns. Basically to, you know, bulk out the destroyer force. Oh, I'm not going to say no to that. I am absolutely not going to say no to having another Sharpsburg being built. But I will absolutely blame the... Yep, give them double that amount. Yes! We keep winning air races here in the Confederacy. We just do. It's just who we are. We do be winning those air races. Hey, 20 submarines commissioned. No, we're already building 2 Sharpsburgs. 10 cruisers. Okay. Alright. Okie dokie. Nope. We will actually build the new Sidney Smith class destroyers. 4 of them. It shaves 200 off the construction price. I can actually afford to build... I can't really afford to build another. So, how much does a Morgan cost? 1,300. How much does a Bayou City cost? It's not that much more. I will be building a Bayou City once the 3rd Morgan is... Nope, Russia will handle their own troubles. We will absolutely let the Russians have triple turrets on CAs. And did we get our new air bases? We did. Okay, auto add aircraft to them, pretty please. Because we are absolutely gonna need them. There we go. So Missouri is being built to, nope. Build railroads to increase the long-term prosperity of the nation. Always works. So with Missouri 12 months away from completion, we need to consider what comes after her. So for me, personally, given the yard space that we have, my goal will basically be the same ship again, but with yet more protection. To make it yet more, to give it an extra immunity zone to its own guns. Ah yes, we will absolutely have a new medium bomber. Range and toughness. Say it with me now, folks. Range and toughness, that's what matters. France. Blame the French. How dare they actually... Oh yeah, the cruiser construction program. I forgot about that. There we go. Nope, no thank you. I needed to build them, so we just had to tell them that we were building cruisers. Even though we're not actually planning to. Spain? No. Spain, stop that. I will have 6 new destroyers, however. No, I will actually accept some social reforms being passed by Congress. I actually have a little bit more budget than I know what to do with, and I'd rather not have the almost meteoric growth in the size of the Confederate Navy curtailed now by a revolution or changing government. Well, I'll build 2 Bayou-class cruisers instead. There we go. Oh, Russia and Japan have gone to war for like the 14th time this game. Oh, mother of mercy, no. I am not ready for a war with the British Empire. My destroyer construction program is not ready yet. Yes, now I will accept a new float plane scout. No, I really don't want to go to war with Great Britain. Please, 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 please. Please let me lower tension. Really don't want to go to war with Great Britain right now. Ah! I really don't want to go to war with Great Britain right now. I really don't want to. Please. Please, no, I don't want to do this. Please don't make me go to war with Great Britain. I have so many building programs. Okay, that lowered tensions with Great Britain. Ooh, that was a close run thing. Ho, that was much too close for comfort. That was running close to the line there. Good gravy. Phew. That's closer to the line than I would like. Please, please, please. Britain, stop being so upset. Please. Pretty please. Stop being quite so upset with me. Britain, please stop being so upset. Please. Pretty please. Pretty please. Stop being so upset with me. Oh my god, please. Please, Britain. Please stop being so upset. Oh, please. Oh, please stop being so upset with me, Britain. Please stop being so upset. I have the largest naval budget of any nation on the planet. Please stop being so upset with me, Britain. Please, pretty please. No, discreetly and quietly. We are not pissing off the British. I don't care what the Confederate government might think. No. More destroyers. This is just insane! Oh my god! Oh my god! Just... I can't. I actually can't. Oh, not the 10 additional cruisers thing. Fine. Save me up some money so I can build these additional cruisers that His Majesty and the bloody... Well, that cancelled that particular thing. Alright, so build me a coastal submarine a month, and build me a... And then build me at least... Actually, no. Build me 8 long-range submarines immediately, because, oh, sweet... Jesus and Jillery Joseph, we're going to war. mean, luckily, I have prepared for this conflict. We have the trade protection assets, we have the modern destroyers, we have the modern destroyer program ongoing, we've got two of the largest carriers the world has ever seen about to enter commission. We actually have parity with the Royal Navy in terms of modern battle cruisers. And ours are much more, and ours are faster and much, much punchier than theirs are. We also have Texas and Missouri. Like, we also have Braxton Bragg and Texas in one division, and the battleship Missouri with its 20-inch guns in another. Politely and with the deepest possible sympathy to the British, they might be about to get an object lesson in why exactly you should probably not piss off the Confederacy now that the oil revenues are flowing. No, I'm not doing that. Hey! Well, our raiders in the Caribbean are doing well. Our two older battle cruisers are raiding. Or waiting for the Red River class to replace them. Because the whole thing with the Red Rivers is they're supposed to be a cheap replacement for the Sumters. So we're a few months away from getting our new carriers. We need to figure out exactly where the British presence is. So trying to hit me in my own home waters is not exactly what you'd call a good idea. Oh, an attack on commerce. Very nice. Okay. That's fine. That's not too bad. It's a bunch of modern Confederate battle cruisers. And if the British have... give me 28 knots. Because one thing I know for a fact is that the British battle cruisers, even the best of them, are actually no match for Confederate vessels. There's not a single British ship carries 18-inch guns. Even though they really should have responded to Confederate build-up with, you know, their own 18-inch armed vessels. The surprising thing here is the fact that they haven't. There we go, just sweeping through the convoy now. Secondary batteries doing secondary battery things. Another, the Weymouth has been hit by another torpedo. This just gets worse and worse for the poor old British. This may be just a wipe of the forces they have in this engagement. Poor old Chickamauga has fired her 14-inch guns so much that, well, all of the ships involved have fired their guns so much that, well, politely, Oh, there's the cruiser Falmouth! Hi there! Oh my god. Oh my lord, the Confederate Air Force has rocked up, and oh my good gravy. Oh my god. Like, anybody alive, lock up your daughters because the Confederate Air Force is here, and oh boy, are they not taking any prisoners. Ho, 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 ho. This is a brutal victory. The amount of damage we've been able to inflict to RN destroyer numbers. Well, he says. Well, Chickenburger takes a torpedo. She's like, nah, mate, I'm good. Probably took a torpedo in the feed water tanks. Seems like. Oh, there we go. More of our bombers are about to hit something. Well, I guess torpedoes are the way forward. Well, we did it. I mean, of course we did it. Rule number 1. Don't let fleet have a position of superiority, otherwise things go south. Badly. Yes. No. No. She's fine. Good old Chickamauga's fine. We did well. We did very well. Oh! That's a catastrophic loss. Oh my lord, that is... That, yeah, we got a war on. So as far as I'm aware, the British have no reinforcements coming in terms of capital ships or anything else. If they lose things in this war, they have no reinforcements on the way. What I will do, though, is I will actually design a new class of light carrier. Just so that in the case of war losses, we have something to replace our losses. Oh, we've exceeded our topside weight. There we go. Beautiful. Right, so, with the war with the British Empire now ongoing, and is actually in a position where we've basically got parity with everything apart from destroyers. It is time to end. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. As you know, there will be no streams streaming tomorrow. But there will be a stream on Thursday, and look out for that. That'll be on YouTube rather than Twitch. Or it might be on Twitch, I haven't decided. Probably be on YouTube, though. No, it'll probably be on Twitch and then uploaded to YouTube. I hope you all enjoy. Take care, folks, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye!